Hey, French horns. Before we do anything with the line you're going to practice today, we're going to warm up together, and I think this is going to really help with your high notes.
Yeah.
So I've got my metronome on 80. Once you've got this exercise learned, you can do it by yourself and just put your quarter note or your metronome on quarter note equals 80. And we're going to start on our low C all the way down there. So let's play that together. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
let's hold that one more time just to make sure you've really got it. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, as we do these slurs, the number one thing you're going to try to keep in mind is moving all this as little as possible. That's how you know you're doing it right. Okay, I'll try to get as close as I can so you can also watch my face. Play that, ready, set, and go. Let's do that one more time so we can be sure you got it. And 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, we're going to add one more note at the top. So listen really close. And I'm not going to move any fingers this whole time. Okay, so we're going to go up 4. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. One more time, just to make sure that you've really got it. 1 and 2 and 3. Awesome. If you were watching me really close, you will notice that my chin, as I go higher, my chin goes down. It'll get longer and longer. Oh my goodness. So that it can stretch all of this out. That's what makes us go higher. So let's add another note. Okay, so we'll go up 5. Ready? 1 and 2 and up 5 notes. All right, one more time. 1 and 2 and up 5 notes. All right, we're going to go up 6 notes. You get yourself a really big breath because we want to do these in one breath. Ready? And 1, 2. I hope you enjoy the lovely counting coming from my daughter. We're gonna do that one more time. So here's up 6. And 1, 2. Okay, if you feel like you're now solid on that, we're going to do the next step. If you need to practice that more, redo that and do not do what I'm about to do until you feel really comfortable and relaxed with what you just played. But if you're ready to move on, we're going to change the fingering. So I'm going to press down trigger, 2, 3, and we're basically going to do the same thing, but everything will be a little bit higher. So here's our starting note. Let's hold that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and here's a slur. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Let's do that again. 1 and 2 and one more time. note, just like we did last time. 1 and 2 and up, 4, go. One more time and breathe. Now adding one more note, so going up 5. 1 and 2 and again and ready, up 5. Alright, then last one, up 6. 1, 2. And one last time, 1 and 2 and awesome job. The ways that you can keep expanding on that is just go up your fingering pattern from trigger in 5th position to trigger 4th, trigger 3rd, trigger 2nd, and then all the way back to trigger open to get up really high. But let's go ahead and do the line. Hello, French horns. We're doing line 4.20 today, America, from your book. So when you go on Smart Music, you're gonna have to change your tempo to 70 because it's set to go really fast. We have it at 70 right now for a good practice tempo. And we're gonna do some counting first. So let's look at our time signature. We are in 3/4. So we will only be counting to 3 beats in each measure. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and count measure 1 through 6. First 6 measures, the first half of the line. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Stop. Okay, as we do this, we're going to count it again. But as we do this time, I want you to really focus on your foot. And we're going to make sure that our foot is going down, up, down. That's where our voice pulses to. When we get to the and, when our foot is back in the air. So make sure your voice is with your foot and that your foot is with the metronome this time. And let's do that again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Stop. You nailed it that time. Like, give yourself a big high five, because way to go. If you didn't nail it, go back and do it again, and then you can give yourself a high five. All right, we're gonna do some note naming and fingering. So let's check our key signature, which we see we have 3 flats this time. We have B flat, E flat, and A flat. So if you've got your music in front of you, I want you to pick up your pencil and let's mark some of these things. So our very first note, E, that's gonna be a flat note. So we're gonna put a flat sign right in front of it, just like that. Okay, so we marked our first E, E flat. We have a lot of E flats. Our next flat that we see is A. At the end of measure 3, we have an A flat. And then we see some more E flats. You can mark those if you would like, but we're not gonna mark those. We're gonna just remember. Okay, if you forgot how to finger these, let's see what Smart Music says. It says that E flat is fingered second valve, and A flat, we're gonna finger trigger 2, and 3, using the trigger because it's above G. So here we go. We're going to note, name, and finger this time. E flat, F, G, E flat, F, G, G, A flat, G, F, E flat, F, E flat, D, E flat. Stop. If you manage to remember all of those flats, that's super impressive. We're going to do it again just to make sure we've really got it. So here we go one more time. E flat, F, E flat, F, G, G, A flat, G, F, E flat, F, E flat, G, E flat. Stop. Way to go. All right, let's play. So here's our starting note. Ready? Let's hold E flat. And we'll take one more. All right, here's our first 6 measures. Did you remember even these E flats at the end? Let's try it again. And don't forget to tap your foot too. Great job, or at least I hope it was a better job. And if it wasn't great yet, you're going to go back and make it great before you move on. Let's look at our next 4 measures. So we're going to start here in measure 7, and we're going to count again. So get your fingers ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Stop. So we get more dotted rhythms, just like the beginning. The rhythm should sound the same. And while I'm doing these, I'm thinking down, up, down, down, up, down. Let's do that again and make sure your foot taps. 1, 2, 3, 1, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 3. Stop. Okay, we're gonna finger this time, and we're gonna get our pencil ready though, because we have some flats to mark. So let's double check our key signature again. B flat, E flat, A flat. So we're gonna mark that first note of measure 7 so we don't forget that we're playing B flat, trigger 1. And then there's more B flats. We also have A flat. Remember from measure 3, trigger 2 and 3. Oh, look at all of these wonderful A flats we get to play. And that's it for those 4 measures. Okay, here we go. We're gonna note, name, and finger. B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, A flat, G, A flat, A flat, A flat, A flat, G, F. Stop. I bet we need to try that again, because that's a lot of flats. Here we go. B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, A flat, G, A flat, A flat, A flat, A flat, G, F. Stop. All right, let's play. So here's our B flat. Let's take one more test note. about measure 7. How'd you do? I hope it was really good, but we're going to do it again anyways. Here's measure 7. Remember to finger all of those A's, A flats. There is no trigger 1 and 2. It is all trigger 2, 3. If you nailed it, then way to go. Then you can move on. If not, go back and try that one more time. When you're ready to move on, we're going to do the last 4 measures. Okay, so let's count first, like we always do. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 3, 1, and 2, 3, 1, stop. You may be really confused right now about why the metronome did that, but it's because there is an RIT right here at the end. So that means ritardando, which is just a fancy Italian word for slow down. So that's what you heard the metronome do. It slowed down for you. Let's count that one more time. The last 4 measures. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 3, 1, and 2, 3, 1, stop. All right, here we go with the note naming. So let's mark some of our flats here to help our brains out. Okay, we have right off the bat, our second note, we've got an A flat again, trigger 2, 3, and a sneaky little E flat that tries to surprise you, but we're not going to be tricked because we see you E flat. Okay, and then another A flat. And here's our B flat, our trigger 1 for B flat. Okay, here we go with our note names. G, A flat, G, F, B flat, G, A flat, B flat, C, A flat, G, F, E flat. Let's do that again. E, A flat, G, F, E flat, G, A flat, B flat, C, A flat, G, F, E flat. Stop. All right, we're going to play this time. Let's hold our G together. And one more just to make sure. All right, here we go, the last 4 measures. Hey, before we do that again, let's isolate this measure here, because I think this is probably the hardest measure in this whole song. So we're going to go very slow for a second. And we're just going to play that measure. So here we go. 1, 2, and ready, go. 1 more time and ready, go. This whole time we're going to make sure, we're going to do it again, but we're going to make sure that we have A flat and E flat in our brains. Here we go, one more time slow. 1, 2, ready, go. Little quicker, ready, go. And going faster. And ready, go. And one more time, a little quicker. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, let's put it together. Here's the last 4 measures. Hooray! You're ready to put more of it together. Let's back up to measure 7 this time. So let's get our test note for B, or sorry, for B flat. Make sure you've got trigger 1 down. Let's do one more test note together. All right, here's measure 7 to the end. The best part about this is if it wasn't already awesome, you can just rewind the video and try that one more time. But we're gonna go to the beginning if you're ready. Here we go, let's take our test note on E flat. One more time with our second valve down. All right. Really awesome job. I hope it was a really awesome job. Now it's time to perform it. So go get your audience of stuffed animals or real animals, and here we go.
Hooray!